Okay, guys, so I'm doing another video, and I'm gonna find something for you on my iPad, and then I'm gonna do a video of me talking about it. This video came out quite a few years ago. It was a Dr. Phil episode actually, but I found little clips about it, so I'm gonna find them again, and then here, no, that's not it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, okay, here it is. Okay, here it is. Okay, here it is. I just gotta get rid of this ad. Just gotta get rid of this ad first. And then, sorry, I just have to punch it in. And then,
about $200,000 a month.
oh my god.
I'm Mariah Malibu. I'm Hollywood's new princess. I'm in Beverly Hills, and I'm going to be the most famous person in the world. We are on Rodeo Drive. I love shopping. It's my favorite thing of life. And I spend around $10,000 to $15,000 a week on purses, handbags, accessories. I love fashion. I have a degree in fashion marketing. My line is going to be in one of these stores one day. Mark my words. My target market are girls like me that just love shopping, that love being glamorous. I'm doing a lot of mood boards, a lot of playing with logos, a lot of playing with like the brand image. I think pink is the perfect color for being
Pink.
girly, fabulous.
Yay!
When I think of
Everybody loves pink.
Pink phone, pink purse, pink shoes.
Oh yeah, that would be my style for sure.
It's part of my brand.
I love pink. Pink, pink, pink. Everything pink.
These are one of my favorite cat-eye glasses through Prada. I'm 10,000% focused on my career.
This person has got style, but
Completely threatened by me. I work on the side for fun, so I have like play shopping money. I think I make around like $60,000 a year, but also I have a trust fund with my family, and right now it's at $1 million, so I get like about $200,000 a month. I have a glam squad that comes not every day, but whenever I have like big events. I have an Instagram and I have a YouTube channel. I post only a couple things and then I take them down just because I get a little insecure about my pictures. I do feel like I have haters. I feel like a lot of people are just jealous of me. They see my success and they see that I'm a star and they see that they can take that from me and try to like use that for their own well-being. My mantra is make money, not friends. Success, money is better than having relationships. When I get upset and mad at people, I usually lash out. I want true friends that have my back instead of stabbing the back. I want Dr. Phil to help me with being...
okay. So here's my opinion on the matter, right? Don't get me wrong. You know, this girl does have style. This woman, you know, there's people out there that love to shop, love to spend their money. They honestly love to spend money on things that are nice and glamorous and that, and you know, I even love to shop. And do I love to shop? Yes, I would love to dress up like how she does. I always would love that. You know, that would make me feel better on the inside, you know? But at the same time, it's like, do I really need to dress out like that? Why can't I just go to the Walmart or go to a discount store, or, you know, go to a store that sells them for downsized prices and still look just like her? You know? Like, why does anybody need to do that? You know, I mean, like, I love to shop. I am obsessed with shopping. That's why I don't go to them places, because I know that if I don't need it, I just won't go, because I know that if I go to them places, I will want to buy and I don't need it. And, you know, it's just not something that I choose to do all the time. I mean, like, I want friends, but I don't want to be shopping with them all the time. Like, sometimes, you know, you just want to go for a coffee or go for a nice stroll, right? Go for a nice stroll down the street with the dog, or even just with the two of yous. You know, hang out at the beach, you know? Sometimes you just want to do that, have bonding time with your friends. You know, you don't always want to, you know, like, spend money all the time. Like, that's crazy. That's insane. You know, whoever wants a friend that likes to do that all the time, you know? Like, you want to be around people that has different hobbies, different interests, different, you know, things that they like to do. Not always spend money. Like, $1,000 here, $1,000 there, $20,000 here, $20,000 there. And it's, frick, man. You know? Like, imagine if that's the majority of people's lives in 2025. If that's all they wanted to do, nobody would be living in their houses now. Because everybody will be on the streets, everybody will be homeless, especially the prices of things. Like, when that video came out, like, I don't even think that this lady will be going around shopping near as much as she used to these days. Because the prices of things have gone up in price. She would need to spend, like, instead of like $10,000 to $15,000 a week, she would be spending like $100,000 a week, probably, in 2025. I don't think she would be doing that. And if she is, she's pretty darn stupid to be doing that. I mean, like, everybody is pretty darn stupid to be doing that these days in 2025. Like, it's pretty silly to be doing that all the time. Anyways, even then, you know, when I first saw it, I'm like, holy crap. And then when I recently saw it again, I'm like, this person is still way out of my league. Even though she does have style, even though, yes, me and her, we have the same similar types of clothing. You know, I am obsessed with fancy dresses. I'm obsessed with skirts. You know, and I always want to look I always want to look my best, you know? But I still don't spend like $10,000 or $15,000 or whatever a week on like clothing, you know? If I did that, my mom and dad would not allow me to live in the house because I'd be spending on their money because I live off disability pension. So I get disability pension every month. Imagine if I did that. Like, and the whole idea of a trust fund with people and their parents are not to be spending it on clothing and purses and that. A trust fund is basically used by, you know, as an agreement by like people that want to live on their own, people that, you know, are like having to pay their bills, having to live by themselves, or, you know, it's to help them gain independence, to have the money to help them gain independence. It's not to be spending it on things that are willy-nilly out of the blue. Like, a trust fund is not meant to be like that. You know, it's not meant to abuse the trust. It's a trust fund for a reason. It's called a trust fund because they're meant to be trusted with the funds, right? It's not literally a betrayal fund. Duh. Of course not. It's a trust fund, not a betrayal fund. So, yeah. So the fact is that yeah, I would love to be like her. I love to spend money. But there's a you know, you gotta come to a point where it's like, you know what, this is stupid. You know? This is completely dumb. Like even I don't, when I don't need anything, I won't go to them places because I don't want to put myself in a situation where I feel that I would have to see, that I see something that I love and I have to get it. And even though I don't really need it, you know, I prefer to save it. I prefer to have somebody else get it before me that absolutely needs it, rather than me buying it and taking away from somebody who needs it, you know? So, like, there can be a pretty skirt in the Walmart that I really like, right? But there's somebody else that might need it first. Somebody else that maybe doesn't. Maybe that somebody needs a clothing because their skirts are full of holes, or maybe their clothing has gone too old. Maybe their skirts have gone too old and they need a new one, you know? And here I am, you know, with skirts that are perfectly fine that I don't need it, you know? And here I am shopping just willy-nilly, just because I can. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, you know? I'm not gonna do that. That's not very nice, you know? And plus, she's going around out there, you know, throwing her money in people's faces and putting it out online. And it's like, people have actually gotten killed for that because people don't like that. People don't like you to throw your glamour stuff in their faces. Especially people that, you know, that are in gang members and that, because that's what they want. That's what they go for, right? People that are in gangs, they want that stuff. They steal that stuff. And so if you're posting it online, that's unsafe for the person, and it's not fair for the public to see that, you know, because they don't have any of that, and they would want to be that person. So you're actually influencing the people to actually, you know, like, get even more jealous. You know, you're actually making people feel bad online when it's really not necessary. You know, that's an awful feeling when somebody who has less than you do would say, well, look at I wish I can buy all that stuff. I wish I can have all of the stuff that she has. Why can't I have that? You know, that's where all the haters come from. That's why people are posting horrible things, because they don't like that. They don't have the money that she has. So of course it makes them feel bad, right? Yet she's complaining about getting bullied by other people when they don't throw your money in their faces. That's all, you know? And I got another video that I want you to watch, and then I'll be posting about that too. We'll be posting about that on another video, so